The G20 summit concludes in St. Petersburg in Russia with consensus on preventing cross-border tax evasion and profit shifting. The two-day G-summit meet held in St. Petersburg in Russia on the 5th and 6th concluded yesterday with consensus on strengthening growth and creating jobs. It was also decided to link investment with employment. The suggestion was strongly advocated by Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh during his intervention in the deliberations at the two-day summit. Calling upon all developing countries for making adequate investment in infrastructure, Dr. Singh said emphasis should be given on skill development. He said that to avoid restrictive measures, international labor mobility in high-end skills has become an important aspect of global integration across countries. Dr. Singh cautioned world leaders that since there is no international agreement in these areas, enough care has to be taken for providing sufficient opportunities to the youth. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, before leaving to India on Saturday after attending the 8th G20 summit in Russia, has asked world leaders to show collective commitment for restoring robust growth in emerging markets. During the two-day summit attended by the world's top leaders, including US President Barack Obama and host Vladimir Putin, Dr. Singh declared that India has been affected by currency volatility in the past few weeks and was taking steps to finance the current account deficit in an environment that is seen to be friendly for stable foreign capital flows. He also called for extensive consultations within the G20 grouping to tackle the current currency crisis. During his intervention in the second working session of the G20 summit, Prime Minister Dr. Singh pitched for devising innovative financing schemes to promote infrastructure in developing countries to create jobs. He also made a strong case for avoiding new measures to restrict international mobility of professionals, arguing it could stifle global growth in the coming years. Dr. Singh also met Japanese Deputy Prime Minister Taro Aso on the sidelines of the summit, and the two leaders decided to expand bilateral currency swap. The Prime Minister also opposed any unilateral military action against Syria without UN authorization and condemned the use of chemical weapons, whether in Syria or anywhere in the world. Mr. Singh has attended all the previous G20 summits since the first meet in Washington in 2008. Voicing similar concern, the G20 leaders condemned the use of chemical weapons in Syria. The leaders failed to reach out to a consensus on the Syria issue. The United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon also endorsed India's view by noting that the ongoing conflict in Syria must be settled diplomatically and weapons must not be supplied to any conflicting side.